Yeah. That's cap. It's gotta be. Is it real or is it cap, dude? I think that's cap.
Right.
It's the music.
Yeah, it's the music that doesn't read.
Okay, that's definitely cap.
Right. Definitely recorded this.
Oh, that's so good.
News article.
She's really fighting for it.
She is. She's good.
Yeah.
I love the dissonant chords right now in the back.
Me too.
Yeah, that's cool.
Music's good.
Dang.
The best lies are the ones that have a little bit of truth. Would you guys call that acting?
Yeah.
I think so too. I
Because
think that
it's
is.
with a purpose. It's like.
Yeah. She's not just putting up a front during like a casual conversation. She's doing it for the camera. And that's what acting's all about.
Yeah, she's not trying to like fool these people.
I feel like it's a very Hollywood star where they get hired just for their personality, and I'm sure they're not like that 24/7, but they exaggerate their personality on camera to be more entertaining.
Right.
Dude, what?
80. Yeah.
80-20, wait, the other way around.
Yeah.
Dude.
She gets fucking 20% of the cut.
Is that how it is for actors?
Yeah. No, it's like that for most.
For musicians, actors.
The contracts are.
Yeah, I
That's a
feel
lot.
that. I wanna like.
I've been looking into this since I'm like, I'm like working in like game development stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've been looking into like the things with contracting with the publisher.
Right.
And there are so many ways. Like contracts are designed inherently in favor
Yeah.
of the publisher because they give you the contract and they're like sign here, and you sign, and you're fucked.
Yeah.
With idols especially like the fact like
always rule.
like yeah her getting 50% of the profits is extremely high. Like
Yeah, because I know so many YouTube like success stories, they usually get all the money.
you know what?
Because they edit everything by themselves. But I noticed that Japanese YouTube is way more produced than American YouTube. Like VTubers, for example.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a couple indie VTubers, but a lot of them are signed with someone.
Yeah, and
have
they
a
usually don't
company.
make that much money.
Yeah. It's not like PewDiePie where he's like, he edited all his videos himself and like uploaded daily for years and now he's like a millionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
The other thing is that like this happened in America. This happened in American YouTube as well. Like with things, you know, Machinima.
Oh
No.
yeah.
So I'm sure you know about it.
Yeah.
It was basically
That's very good.
Machinima and other networks. Basically, the idea was that they were like, oh, here, you sign with us, and we'll like promote your videos on our channel, and then like you'll make videos, and they'll be like public, and they'll be like, so but what would happen was basically, was what the contracts would do is effectively, first of all, they'd be uploading like dozens of videos a day on their channel, so the small publicity spike you get from appearing on their channel was like basically meaningless, and then they'd take like most of your profits.
Yeah.
Wow,
exchange.
that's jacked up.
Yeah, and then Donkey was a
Like
victim of this actually.
Oh, really?
Like a huge amount of your
Yeah, and-
profits, right? Like.
Is that how he
90%.
got big? Was through, like, I'm wondering if that boosted his his subscriber count initially, and then when he left, he already had a fan base to follow.
Right.
Yeah, I think he moved to a different company. I don't know if he's still with them or if he's on his own now. I really don't know. This is like many years ago. So this.
That's
He's
crazy.
probably on it. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
I assume he's on his own, but I don't know.
He said that the company he switched to he really liked though. Which
Oh,
was.
okay.
But
That's so crazy to me because I don't usually think of YouTube that way.
yeah.
I usually think of it as just some people want to make videos and they post it because
Those-
anyone can do it.
Those are the
Well-
very rare exceptional success stories. They're not
Yes.
very common.
Like there is those people that'll do content houses and stuff, and those are all under contract and stuff, and those are
Wow.
always bad. Like they always end up
Yeah.
badly sooner than later.
Yeah.
I think Polygon is the closest to successful that one's ever been. And although they do have a very high like turnover, like they'll have a constant in and out of creators who make stuff for their
Right.
channel, but that
Yeah.
one is I think works because they're a lot more. They're a lot more selective in their goals to like produce good content, not just to
Yeah.
screw people over.
Mm.
Yeah.
So the people there usually go on to have decently successful careers at least afterwards.
Got you.
Or not, I'm sure, but yeah. For instance, the two most popular examples are the McElroy brothers and Brian David Gilbert.
Yeah.
Both of who gained massive popularity while under the Pauline, to the point where they kind of eclipsed everyone else there. And then once they left, they've maintained a very strong following.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So,
Well, I guess Memcho's living it big right now, 50-50.
Genuinely
Compared to
really
80-20, I'll take it, you know. If those are my options, I'm taking the 50-50.
It's the classic, would you rather have half a watermelon or a whole grape?
Half a watermelon.
Yeah.
I like grapes though. No, but that's not satisfying. I'm answering this question too seriously.
Literally. Think of it, you're starving in a desert.
Watermelon.
Yeah. I'll take the whole grape because fuck corporations.
Can I have half your grape, please?
No, it's all mine. Fuck you.
I love how they pressure her into buying them food. She's so sweet. My mom's like that. She always cooks. Aww. Memcho's like lecturing them and she's taking notes. Where? Oh, there it is. His face is glowing. Dude, this is real. I just experienced this. I went to Korean barbecue and my body still hasn't recovered and it's been 4 days.
I just think it's so cool that that's his reason.
He's like, as a doctor, he's like, I could eat as much oily food as I want. I had to like check myself when I got older.
So good.
Right? That's like the word. That's like I genuinely like being like an adult more than being in high school. But
same.
Like,
I miss the child. Like I could do whatever I want and.
I miss being able to eat like 13 pixie sticks and being like fine.
I feel like that's way more compelling though, because I think about that and I'm like, I'm glad I'm not eating sweets like that, because sweets are like gross and made me feel sick. Yeah. But if I think about it, like I could eat as much meat as I want and not like feel lethargic.
I miss when I wasn't intolerant to fucking gluten.
Yeah.
Wow, can you imagine? What if that was just our youth? Like, because we're only mildly. Yeah, because you know how we're only mildly intolerant? Yeah. We probably like didn't notice it because our young bodies were like, we can take this. And then we aged and they're like, we can't take this anymore.
Yeah.
You should have never been eating this, sir. Oh, they film on weekends. That makes sense because they're all in school. That's cool.
I love it's only her wearing the like twins shirt.
I love that because when they were both wearing it, I was like, that's corny. But now that I see she's the only one wearing it, I totally imagined their mom was like, okay, I have twins now. Yeah,
I got them like twins shirts.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, thanks. But you know, it's what they have,
and like
so
Ruby
they wear
keeps wearing it, but like Aqua doesn't.
Right.
I just like, not even that, just, it's a shirt that they have, you know? Like, we just wear whatever shirt around the house. It's like so natural to just not wear it. Yeah, you don't think about it at all. You're not like, well, I want to match with my twin. She's just like, this is the shirt that's not in the laundry.
Yeah.
I have this
that made
like
it feel real.
Mr. Rogers t-shirt that says it's all good in the hood. But it's like a sanitized version of the original meme where he's holding a shotgun.
Yeah.
But they took out the shotgun because it was a t-shirt for kids.
That's so funny. And you just wear that occasionally. I didn't know that was the joke behind it. So.
Yeah. Mr. Rogers saying it's all good in the hood, holding a shotgun.
You should wear that for the next reaction.
Okay. If you remind me, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Alright, she's like a kid.
Yeah, she's like a real kid. Oh, she's only 15. What? That's fair.
するわけない仕事だぞ俺はガチよなんなら結婚まで行けた
If it led all the way to marriage, dang, he's thinking far.
Based.
I feel bad.
Rip.
What were you gonna say, Shamash?
She's trying way too hard.
She is. You think it's because she's the... Because, like, Aqua came into it like, this is an acting job. So he, like, immediately was, like, putting on a front.
Yeah.
And she's the only other actress on the set. I wonder if she went into it like, okay, this is supposed to be real. What is my role? Like, how do I act? And she's like...
Right, and
she seems
there's,
really
like, no
shy.
real direction. And
Yeah, they're like, well, get up close to them when you talk. And she's like, okay, but now what do I say?
Yeah.
She's probably used to, like, having a script.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, Aqua would probably be really good at improv. And maybe...
Yeah, I mean, that's what he's been doing, right?
Right.
Like, he pretended to be that agent, and, like...
Yeah, he pretended to be that agent. He, like, stepped into the puddles, then he, like,
Yeah.
bumped into that guy and called him
Yeah.
ugly. Like, that's all improv.
Yeah.
So...
He is really good at that, despite being like... Because, again, he always talks about how he's a doctor and has no, like, skills, but he, like, is really good at, like... He's really... His situational awareness is, like, max.
Yeah, because
Right,
he's an
there you
adult and he's
Mhm.
dealing with kids.
Yeah.
This is like...
He's already lived a lifetime.
Yeah.
But even that, like, even
He
then,
has,
like...
wisdom. Is what it is.
Yeah, he has wisdom stat, like, all the way up.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
High intelligence, high wisdom.
Yeah.
Oh, force to be reckoned with.
Like, even then, though, like, I think it's even more than just, like, him being an adult. Because I've seen adults with low, like, who wouldn't be able to figure those things out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, he's not, like, an actor. So he really doesn't have a natural talent for it.
And he has
Yeah.
been practicing acting for a long time.
That as well.
Yeah.
Because he's been working with the director. He's just, like... He's kind of harsh on himself.
He also,
Yeah.
like... And I think more of he also has the experience of from being, like, a doctor, just, like, working with people. I guess.
Yeah.
Small
Bedside
thing, like-
manner.
Yeah.
Was he the one who talked about how like older people don't want to be talked like
Yeah, he
respect
was.
like yeah he wanted like older
When he
people
talked to the
want
director.
yeah when he was talking to the director he was like people like him want to be spoken to casually because they have too much of that like they can't have serious conversations
wanna
because
talk
everyone's being
normal.
polite.
Right.
Yeah.
This is why when I'm old, I'm just gonna like cuss all the time and like talk super casual.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, that's something I learned
Yeah.
while working in the healthcare field because you meet so many people every day and there's a lot of talking involved if you're discussing their
That
health.
makes sense, yeah.
Like, I learned so much about people and how to talk to them because you just, like, meet so many. And it's not like you're a cashier and you're having, like, mundane casual conversation where you're like, okay, here you go, you saved $5, have a nice day.
Your conversations are like, how's your bowel movements?
Yeah, it's like, how have you been? How's your family? What have you been eating? And they, trust me, patients will start telling you a lot of things because they're concerned about their own health. They want you to know so you can give them advice. So you end up, like, learning a lot.
Yeah. Like,
That's kind of cool. I never considered Aqua had that experience
There's
as a doctor.
There's a really high level of intimacy there because like anything like your sex limits, your sex life, your bowel movements,
Yeah.
none like
It
your,
ain't
like,
casual,
diet,
it's
nothing's
all-
off limits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like it's like you're like I smoke crack and
Right.
I'm like banged a prostitute yesterday.
Yeah.
How's that gonna affect my dialysis doc?
Yeah,
Right.
he's like, okay, well, first we gotta check if you got STDs.
Right. It's the whole thing.
Don't worry, this is all under the HIPAA contract. We ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know,
Right.
yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
Dang, Aqua really does have his like social stats
Dude,
like max.
right?
Yeah.
You kind of
You know
have
what
to,
I
or
just-
you're a bad doctor. And he's
I just
clearly not a
realized-
bad doctor.
No, he was a good
I-
doctor. That's why they brought him.
I was
Right.
super secretive even to her manager, but because he was her doctor, she immediately is like, "What do you think about me having kids?" And she like feels comfortable enough to open up about like the way she thinks about her job and the
Mhm.
fact
Yeah.
that she's lying.
Mm-hmm. God, I
Yeah,
love
and that's
their-
all because he was a doctor.
I love their relationship.
Yeah.
Me too. That one conversation like sold me on the
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
And that's real. You have conversations like that with patients. It's a real thing.
So great. And I don't mean necessarily like a romantic relationship when I say relationship, just their,
Right,
like,
just like
bond.
their-
Remember?
Yeah.
Remember when Ike was like, is this a romance? If this is a romance, I'm out.
And then he fucking
Yeah.
dies. And then she fucking dies.
Yeah.
Good show, good show.
想像してたよりやらせが少ない。そして思ったよりも各々の人間
I
性
feel like that has to be a Japanese reality TV thing and not
I-
an American one. Like, I don't
agree.
think that translates.
I agree, yeah, definitely.
I'm sure there's some people in American reality TV shows
身を守る最大の手段でもあるからさ。
that might be sincere, but I don't know,
まあ
man.
杞憂だろうけど。
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it
What-
too.
And like not even just because of the show asking them to, but I think a lot of people want to get on reality TV to be as crazy and
Yeah, for
whatever.
the attention.
こ
Exactly.
の後、杉ゆきと熊野信之のカップル
They looked really good in their yukatas with their hair. done.
Yeah.
Yuki
そこに
especially.
嫉妬心を見せる剣も勇気を巡る三角関係が成立。
Damn. I hate
ゆきという
this.
I'm not gonna lie, I loved when Terrace House did stuff like that.
中
I'm
高生
not
を
gonna
中心
lie.
に
You're the problem with the reality area.
Hey man, we need to have a differing opinion, you know? You two like agreed, and then there's me being weird.
番組が終わるまで安全圏でやり過ごす。
Yeah, Aqua's not doing much right now in the show.
He's not even here because he doesn't care.
He stopped acting too. Did you notice that? He's just been like,
話は別だけど
あまり期待なさ
God, I love her. She's great.
she's cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
私たちより
I like her. Like I don't know. I forgot. I like who she is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
It's
play. That's
I
cool.
don't think so. I think she
Oh,
was
it's not
just
a
doing
play?
vocal training.
Yeah, because they translated it as "she sells seashells by the sea." It's a tongue twister.
Oh my
Right,
god,
exactly.
I literally didn't read it and I was just listening to Rashomon and I was like, oh cool, like the gates of hell.
No, she was just reading a tongue twister. It was just like
Yeah.
it literally translated as "she sells
Oh.
seashells by the seashore."
Isn't that a theater thing though?
Seashells, she sells.
Like a vocal training, like to prepare your voice.
To
Yeah,
practice just
because
yeah.
I remember my friend May
Pronunciation.
was in theater. That was her elective class.
She
what-
looks really hot in this shot, by the way. I just got damn.
It's a good shot.
Yeah. Okay, I'm simping now.
Yeah.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
But yeah, my friend had theater as an elective, and she like taught me some of the vocal training stuff that they do, and I was like, that's. I remember that stood out to me because I was like, I didn't think actors had to like do vocal training, but since
Right.
you're on stage, it's not like a camera and a mic. You really have to project.
My problem was I wasn't loud enough. So when what the director did was she set up a candle. She lit a candle. And it was me and this other guy. I think we had to practice.
You were in
this.
theater too.
Yeah. I was a theater kid as well. So,
Yeah.
she lit a candle and we had to blow it out and from increasingly further distances to like.
That's so cool. It's like while you're making your speech or whatever,
Yeah,
you
it was
have to.
Yeah.
Oh my
project.
god, that's freaking sick!
Yeah.
Yo,
It's pretty
actors-
cool, right?
Dude, theater is amazing. I feel
Yeah,
like I always
yeah.
looked down on it because I was like, well, you know, you don't have as much, like, you don't get as popular as with movies or TV shows. You don't become like that huge Hollywood star if you're in theater. Like I can't think of a single
Weird.
person, like a single actor other than Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Theater is significantly more difficult in a number of ways. Because
Oh, Hamilton?
Right,
He
right,
did Moana
but-
too.
he plays
Is that
Hamilton.
him?
He plays Hamilton in Hamilton.
Yeah, he plays Hamilton.
And Lord
Okay.
Hamilton also.
Yeah. Okay.
Because in like in a movie, if like the backdrop falls over,
Mm-hmm.
you just
Keep
well,
going,
you,
man.
No, well, no, in a movie, you just
Oh,
wait,
right, in a
you
movie.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Right.
In a
They
play-
showed it in Oshinoko when the water dropped on the kid and they're like, stop, redo his makeup.
Yeah. Here,
Oh, yeah.
in a play, if that happens, you just have to roll with it. If someone forgets their line, you have to make something up to fill the gap. Like you don't
Yeah.
have the line, and you have one take.
Yeah.
With every audience,
Yeah.
you get one take with them.
I feel like with theater it's so much harder, but they get so much less recognition and respect. It's crazy.
It's because it's a
Different
more
craft for
expensive
sure.
art.
Very,
It's more expensive art form to get, just to see even. Like to see a
True.
Broadway production is just that the price tags are really high.
True.
It doesn't reach as large enough audience.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
not like easily approachable. Like
Right.
you as an audience member have to want to go see people, you know, at a certain time. And like,
That's the difference between her and Aqua. Aqua is like what would you call it? Like a film actor,
Yeah.
where you'd have to be in interviews, you have to be charismatic.
Yeah.
yeah.
But as a
True.
stage actor, it's about projection. It's about, like, she was doing
Technical.
fencing,
Yeah,
know,
the
like
skills.
those kinds of things you probably wouldn't have to learn necessarily as an actor until you get chosen for a role.
Yeah.
Then you'll practice it during production.
Yeah.
The other thing is that, and because it requires such a wider and skill set and a louder voice,
You'd probably
And a
learn
good
you'd
singing
learn how to
voice often.
sing, so you could do musicals.
Yep.
that because of that, whereas with Hollywood, you can just have someone with a pretty face and just put them on the screen and get
Yes.
views. You can't
Yes.
do that with a theater production because, first of all, people aren't going to be able to see the pretty face from like 100 feet away.
Yeah,
Exactly.
true.
Second of all, even if they have like their mediocre acting skills are way more noticeable. You can't really cover it up with like
With good directing, with
editing,
lighting, yeah,
directing,
editing,
music.
music.
etc.
Yeah.
Just editing, general blanket term, but yeah. With,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a good point. I
Yeah.
think their mom, would not have been able to be a theater because they said that she couldn't really act, you know? She was just charismatic and had a pretty face.
Yeah.
She probably would not have been able to do theater acting unless she put in like years of practice.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was able to make it on TV because she's charismatic and
Which
pretty.
is very similar to her in that way.
So she's having the opposite of like, you know, that theoretical I just made with I?
Oh, yeah.
She's
yeah,
having
yeah.
that same problem where she doesn't like,
It's like inverted, right?
yeah, the inverted problem.
The
Like
skill
she
set's
doesn't
just-
know how to act charismatic without a script.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just like trying to be herself and she's probably just a timid, regular girl.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the thing. She's not trying to be herself. I think she's trying to do
Oh.
a good job and doesn't realize that, you know, she just has to be herself a little more than.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. You see her taking notes everywhere. She's thinking of this very like
Exactly.
Right.
Like, this is
Right.
what I should
do these elements.
Very
It's like, yeah.
robotically.
And that works in a stage play. Like you can be a lot more. That's the
True.
other
Like
thing.
this is where I have to stand on stage while I make this speech.
Yeah.
Because you have all those elements at your disposal. You're a lot more. You have a lot more freedom in terms of like, well, not a lot of freedom. In a lot of ways. So I mean, before I said stage acting more difficult, but obviously it's not as linear as that. It's not as simple as just this is the harder one. Because in
Right,
some
yeah.
ways, you can cover up for a lack of charisma, or a lack of or a lack of good looks, or even sometimes a lack of acting with just good with just good positioning, good singing, and like
Yeah.
and just like bouncing off the other actors. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two completely different art forms,
And
even though they're technically both acting.
Mhm.
That's so
Yeah.
interesting. That's
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah, very
considered this,
different.
even while
Yeah.
reading the manga. I never like thought about this stuff.
It's like trying to go
That's
from being a
cool.
painter to a sculptor. Like you might have an idea of like what it should look
Right.
like, the finished product, but the actual process is just entirely different. It's not the same thing at all.
Right. That's cool.
Yeah.
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 I feel her struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
Someone give her I don't know. I'm like, what would I tell her? Like, what kind of direction would I give her as like the director?
Quit!
Like, you know, like just try to I don't know, maybe
Dude.
lead into the romance. Like, do any of these guys appeal to you? Even just slightly. If just slightly he appeals to you, go for
Yeah.
him, you know?
Yeah. She's probably writing that all down in a notebook.
Yeah, and she's like,
I would almost do the opposite. I would
Oh,
tell
really?
like another actor, like, hey, I'm pretty sure she doesn't like you. Go talk to her.
Oh,
And, like,
interesting.
you know, Yeah.
That's
And like
interesting.
pretend that the camera. I don't know. But yeah.
That's like, see, and this is probably the kind of conflicting information she's getting.
Oh,
Yeah.
true! And she's
That's
like,
the-
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like looking at all this, she's like,
And she's like,
just
what am I
paralyzed.
supposed to do?
yeah.
That's
and
fair,
time
yeah.
keeps passing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Yuki's like, I'm gonna quit.
クビになりたいのか。茜の出てるリアリティショーが人気出てるって言うから見てみたら総出演時間10分もいってるんじゃねえか。チャンスだって言うのにマネージャーのお前がしっかりしなくてどうする。ですが社長、茜も十分頑張るだけじゃ金にならないんだよ。中で選んでやったんだ。
Yo, I didn't even think about that. She was chosen out of so many people, and she's like not doing much on the show.
This is kind of why they can afford to treat them so badly. This is what happens in the video game industry. It's known very widely is how they'll hire you for a game and you'll get paid shit. Work conditions are shit. Hours are shit. Managing is shit. And if you complain, they're like, excuse you, you're lucky to be in this position.
Right, exactly.
Like this, like everyone wants to be a game designer. You should be glad to be here.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
So
sad.
a lot of times positions that are the most coveted because they seem like they're just, it's like a fun thing you can do, you end up being treated the worst because of that.
That's
Right, because they
interesting.
take advantage of your wanting to be there.
Your passion.
Whereas
Exactly,
Yeah.
there you go,
in like
yeah.
McDonald's, they can't take advantage of that because like, I mean, well, they can,
No
they will
one
treat you
wants-
like shit, but it's not. But
Yeah.
it's not like they can like guilt trip you like, well, you want to. It's not like they can pull that like as small as it might sound. That sort of mental like abuse, that sort of like mental abuse is like psychological abuse is like very powerful.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
So that's what they've been. It's only come out recently after like 30, 40 years of this shit.
That's so sad.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
聞こえてたか。茜は精一杯やってるんだ。
Oh, her manager's so sweet. I didn't expect
防波堤
that.
になるから。
Yeah, that's
He
a good
said-
manager.
He'd be her shield.
私が不甲斐ないから
Terrible producer though.
頑張って
It's always the producer saying it.
Can I read that? I want to see if I can read that.
Oh,
That's their job.
That's
The
true.
producer is there to make money and nothing else.
Yeah, they're
so-
like the manager. They're like the nurse manager versus like the actual nurse in a healthcare setting.
They're almost not even managers because all they do is they'll talk to like the director or the people who are in charge of the thing as a whole, and they'll say, this isn't, or we're spending too much money on this, or we need you to do this so we can make more money, or this is what I think will make money, and that's all they do.
They're almost like financial advisors, but for a piece of art. So it's like
Yeah, exactly. So it's very,
I wonder what
it's
cut.
almost incompatible with.
yeah.
ツイッターでネタにして元取らなきゃコンビニで買った新商品のジュースが
Oh God, she's a Twitter user.
Average Twitter
Well,
user.
they could get a sponsorship from them, so you can't.
Yeah, nice
エ
call.
ゴサされたらどうする。これだから一般人上がりは商品名
Ex-commoners? Oh my
5人の
God,
関係者
kinda
が
chill.
検索されてる。あんただってエゴサくらいするでしょ。しないよ。
Mm,
スマホよこしなさい。
we've seen Kana do it. We've seen I do it.
ゴリゴリやってんな。あらあら関連検索に変わ
Cringe,
Cringe.
cringe, cringe.
I love this SpongeBob's getting faster. That's good.
断言するわ。バンドマンも演者もみんなエゴサしながら酒飲んでて面白いわよ。
Oh, dang, that's sad.
要は大エゴサ
It's a real thing though. Like, I'll post a video and I'll check the comments. You know, I want to know what
感
people
想や
think.
客層のアナリティクスを調べられるよ
I
うになった
avoid
ネットの
analytics though. That stuff messes with your brain.
It's not helpful.
It's not. Yeah. It's not.
Actively
I just like reading comments.
今はもうそして芸能は
Is this
私たちその
that
もの
feels
だ
We
like
are the content itself. That's cool.
okay? I
That's
think
very
that's supposed to be
true.
like a mirror, but to
Yeah.
me it reminded me of like the TV from 1984, the one that like always like may have someone looking at you, maybe.
Right.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking
true. That's
about?
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
ファンはすでに
I
相
like
互
that.
監視状態にある
TikTok dance.
何してんの？
番組公式ツイッター
Yeah.
動画撮ってた結構
Literally a
登録者
TikTok
数増え
dance.
てさ
Isn't she doing a TikTok dance in the beginning of the opening?
そういうのメモ
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my
I'll
gosh, she
show
was
you
a
later.
TikToker.
レッスンもなかったから YouTuber に転身したんだけどさ
Yeah.
でも
So
何かアップしなよ
Dude, I fucking love this show. It's so good. It's like one of the few shows that uses the modern
さ
setting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that TikTok didn't have ad revenue or any way of paying their
I
their
think for a
people.
while, yeah.
That's crazy.
ノブくんこっちで一緒に
Oh, she's Mrs. Steal Your Man.
あかねアウトでいいから男新面増やして
Damn.
目立つためにはどうすればいいかってそりゃ ユキから喉を奪う
You
悪
said
女
things
モ
like
ブだ
that.
よ
I heard you. Well, at least you
俺
don't
が
put
できた
post
ら
them
キャラが
on
立つし
I
間
never-
違いなく目立てるでも
Like, that's
こう
rude.
いうのできる子が売れるんだよね
Yeah, this is not wrong.
これができたらキャラが
Yikes! That seems like so against her personality, though.
But at least that way, maybe she can pretend to be. I don't know.
Oh, true. Add some like interesting drama.
Yeah.
But on reality TV show, I feel like because they think that you're being real, they might like
Oh right.
think she's a terrible person.
0 minute. Uh oh, check that out. It says 0 minutes on it. You were right, Ariel.
Told you.
What does that mean? What does
I don't
0 minutes mean? Well, it means it's gonna die any second, so maybe
Yeah.
it's not. Okay.
放送も終盤だしね。気持ちはわかるけど、別
Oh,
に
it's
そんな
almost ending already, dang.
私はどうにか目立って結果を残したいだけ。
Well, yeah, it's good that she's talking to her because she's
そうはさせ
totally
ないよ
doing。
Yeah.
私は私が目立つ
Immediately.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh,
悪く思わないでね。
no advice for you. I feel
But
like if
Yuki has a good personality.
I love
Yeah.
the color in the scene. The
Oh!
washed out blue.
It's like-
That was very pretty.
Because they're not saying we don't have it. They're saying it doesn't exist.
Yes. There are literally no,
なんでこんな
not a single comment that says.
That they like her
ちゃん
or
より目立たなきゃ。
anything related to that.
That's painful. They didn't even say no one even bothered saying I hate her, but I like this other person. They're just like
Right, right.
It's
I feel like
worse. It's
There's just
indifference.
nothing there.
Yeah.
I feel like she was saying what's the difference between me and Yuki. I think the difference is that Yuki's forward. Like she'll just say things on camera. I feel like Akane probably doesn't. Well, they haven't shown us any
Probably-
like deep conversation she's had with anyone or any
Yeah.
conversations in
Right,
general.
yeah, yeah.
She probably doesn't have like much interesting going on.
でね、それで、ラブラドール好きって言ってたよね。
Oh my god, that ain't even your man.
That is whoa,
Dang.
bruh. Oh, that one step back is really good.
頑張って戦わなきゃ。
Needs to take 2 steps forward.
Oh god.
Oh, that's so good.
Slap, slap.
Oh, did you see the star? The-
そうやって簡単にひっついて、やり口に品がない。
カット
一旦撮影止めます。
Ah,
この顔にあれはちょっと。
with the nails that she painted her. Oh, dang.
大丈夫だから落ち着いて。分かってる。焦っちゃったんだよね。知ってるよ、茜が努力家なの。
I love Yuki for
み
this.
んなの期待に応えようとして、ちょっと向いてないことしようとして、なんかわからなくなったんでしょ。
She's so understanding.
大丈夫。こんなのフォトショで簡単に消せるから、仕事には影響ないよ。
That's so cool. I didn't even consider
Best
that.
girl.
強くて優しくて
Oh.
好き。演技しても仕方ないでしょ。
Aww. This is so
学
cute.
校とかだったらちょっと揉めてすぐ
Dude, when I read the manga, I did not expect Yuki to react like that.
本人たち
I'm
が
like,
解決した
she's
That's why
so
she's
real for that.
based.
They really left that as the
I knew
cliffhanger.
this was gonna be it. Yeah, because they like her. Yeah.
それをネットは許さない
Yeah.
Well, she definitely got some attention. Oh, not the kind she wanted, though.
ちゃんと謝れば許してもらえると思う。
Oh.
Never apologize, never apologize.
Never apologize for any reason under any circumstances.
He was right.
できる限り説明して
We stand Shadow the Hedgehog.
それが合図だ。お前見つけたら悪い悪い。でも謝んない。
That was
ねむちゃんは
That was a really cool shot. I love how they portrayed that. She sent apologize and they're like,
悪いことをしたって認めたんでしょ。悪いことをしたなら石を投げていいよね。そんな風に。
ah,
謝罪って日本人の
yeah. I always wondered what the mentality was.
That's exactly. It's like, oh, so they really did do it wrong. It's like
Exactly.
if they don't apologize, if you don't apologize, there's like denial. Like if Chris Rock doesn't apologize for like beating his wife or whatever, there's no like it's like people are like, well, I mean, he still like doesn't like, you know, like we don't know his side of the story is different. So there's like
Yeah.
it feels more uncut. But if someone apologizes, then it feels like, oh, it really was true. Like if you have like the all gas no brakes guy after the allegations, he apologized immediately, and so it's like, oh, so it was true.
Exactly.
Right.
Whereas with someone like Pro Jared, because he didn't speak up for so long, and then finally when he did, he was like, fuck you guys, you were lying to me about me. Then people were like, oh, like even if he whether or not he actually was, whether or not either of them was telling the truth doesn't matter.
Right. Exactly.
You know
Like
what
I think that they both, I believe, and I'm guilty too. Like I believe that Pro Jared is telling the truth. I believe that Adam Callahan is telling the truth when they apologized or denied it. But that's like, you know,
Subjective.
the problem. That's the problem.
Right. Yeah.
I just realized that I think what it might be is what you said, but also that if they apologize, they're admitting it happens.
And that it was
But-
wrong.
Yeah, and that it was wrong, but people don't know how sincere your apology is.
Yeah.
That as well. Yeah.
It's just you're admitting that you did it. Because a lot of people, like, it's a huge trend to make fun of people for reaction videos not reaction videos, apology videos.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I think people just don't believe you if you apologize.
Yeah.
There'll be so many people that are like, well,
Yeah.
do they really mean that sincerely? If they're saying it to the internet, like, why aren't they saying it to the person?
Well,
you
I
know?
think the reason is
But if-
because there are so many like, you know, surface level apologies where they just
Mm-hmm.
are sorry, but because it's causing them trouble and
Right,
It's-
yeah.
it's
It's
like
because
the-
there's so much hate going on that when you apologize, then you're like, oh, well, first of all, you admitted that you did it, and now you're just apologizing to try and, like, fan out the flames.
What's Johnny Depp's
Exactly.
wife's name again?
Amber Heard.
It's like the Amber Heard problem, where because of like the amount of like bad faith actors there are who do this thing, it's like because of that, when someone is genuine about it, like people,
It's hard to believe
it's
them.
hard to believe them because there's so many other people just who are just like, there's so many classic like there's like so many Logan Pauls out there.
That's so
Exactly.
interesting, because I always wondered why it was bad to apologize, but that makes, like, perfect
If
sense.
you don't apologize, people will take you at your word more easily, because they're like, well, like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? How do I put this?
I feel like it's not a closed case.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not for sure. Yeah.
You leave it open for interpretation.
Yes, and because of that, you'll get, like, less hate.
Yeah.
It's so backwards.
And people will
It's
get
so
bored.
backwards.
Yeah,
There's
you'll
also
get
the
less
thing-
hate, and people will get bored before it's
They
clear what's
figure
going on.
out
Yeah.
what's going
Most
on.
people get bored, so it'll boil over. But if you
Yeah.
apologize, oh, case shut, you're a terrible person,
The thing is
and then
also like,
and then people never forgive you for it.
Yeah.
yeah. The thing is also like, once you get caught, it almost doesn't matter whether you apologize or not, because if you apologize before you get caught, it feels much more genuine. It's
Right.
You know, it's
It's
not
like they brought that up out of.
right. It's like you weren't necessarily going to face consequences, but you're facing.
You're
them
putting it out
of your
there.
own, right? But once you're facing consequences, it's like, well, whether or not you mean it, it's still better for you to apologize, because you kind
Right. Oh, that makes so much sense. Oh my god, I get that now.
of yeah.
I love how this show is so, I don't know. I feel like the author really understands how the internet works.
Yeah.
And just like a lot of, I feel like he knows a lot of what he's talking about. Even with the live action adaptation of the romance manga, I was like, I've literally seen that. Like, some of my favorite shoujo manga have gotten trash adaptations. I feel like a lot of what he's putting into the series draws from, like, real things that he's seen or experienced.
There's more to get into, but
Yeah, let's do it.
ことをしたから当然だ
Yeah.
目をそらしちゃダメだ
No! Bad mentality! No!
Oh, the
She
music's-
doesn't know, she doesn't
炎
know.
上ってさ
music's
真
really
面目な
good
ほ
here.
どダメージ大きいの
Oh
よ
dang, the
ね
music is good.
全部の意見を真正面から真摯に受け止めようとするから
Memcho's got all the good.
目をつぶると炎上のことしか
Social
考え
media
られ
advice.
なくなって
Well,
朝に
yeah,
なったら
she's
全部収
she's
ま
a
ってる
content creator, so
Yeah.
that's like her domain.
Right. It's so crazy how different making content online is from being an actor and things like that.
Yeah.
顔色悪い
Because you're
の
interacting directly with your
大
audience.
丈夫大丈夫行く
Oh my god, this music's making me sick.
The dissonant. You have like a synth layer on the back that's like dissonant with the piano on the front, and I think it's really cool. Like listen here.
Yeah.
顔色悪いわよ
It's like
大丈夫
boom, 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 boom.
明日学校休
Mixed with
む
like the like classical
It's like
piano,
making
like
my
yeah.
stomach turn.
And you had this
Really
like
good.
Yeah.
sounds earlier from
Yeah.
before.
It's like a heart, like a tense
茜
heartbeat
の見た
Yeah.
やばくないいつかやる
Mundanity over it.
いつも
Right.
仕事がいちいちマウント取らねえと気が済まないのかよマジ性格悪い自分
Yo,
はあんた
they're
たち
just
と違うからみたいな
jealous.
空気の男どもに慰めてもらってんでしょありそう
That sucks. I bet they were jealous because she's an actress. And then once something bad came out about her,
Yeah.
they're like, now we have an excuse to like talk
最近元
bad
気ない
about
け
her.
ど
No, talk to your mom.
母親がちゃんと教育しないからこういうカス女が生まれる負の連鎖じゃんごめんねお母さん
People do say stuff like that though. They like assume what someone's upbringing was like based on how they acted in a small scene.
内容を確認する気力は湧かなかったけど少しだけ落ち着いてきた批判がこの番組が注目される限り沈静化はしないこともこれからの芸能生活ずっと付き合う問題だと
Yikes, that sucks. That's the thing is drama like this, especially if you apologize, it'll like follow you.
自分
Oh,
は
the
周りと違うって
change?
思
Sorry.
ってるっていう
In the
か
music?
自分の
Mm-hmm.
ことは天才かな
They're like very just
ど
simple
うせ裏でも男と
melody
ば
we
っ
have
か
here.
遊
You
ん
know
で
what I'm
て
saying?
真面目に仕事なんかしてないわけじゃん私が世界の中心みたいな顔してさこ
結局いいとこの子なんでしょ苦労なんてしたことないんだよ
んなんが好きなやつ
She's been working
こ
hard
ん
for
な
so
やつは何やっても無駄なんだよね友達いなそう
周りとうまくやれてなくて人間性の薄っぺらさが出てるよね後先考えないバカな子じゃん
男に囲われて気に入らないことがあるとすぐヒステリーになるわけでしょ
何か一つのことに真面目に打ち込んだことないんだろうなこういうわがままな
They
やつ
assume
俺の周りに
so
もいるわ
much.
勘違い女もうお前の席ねえから
今炎上してる茜って子ララライの劇で主演やってて今まで押してきたけどちょっと無理になった
Oh, those are the ones that hurt the most.
茜と中学で同じクラスだったけどマジみんなに嫌われてたから
完全に芸能人として
They
は
just
終わり
make
でし
shit
ょ
up for no reason.
売り物の顔殴るやつ
Like after another, I'm sorry about this, but another real thing. Like I mean, when I started to bring up more real drama, but when after Pro Jared, like and his whole like issues with his wife came out, a bunch of people he'd never met a bunch of like kids he never met accused him of like grooming them too. Just like out of nowhere, like people he'd never met, and because of like legal
Yeah.
reasons, he had to sit on that for like a year.
Yeah.
So like this is real. People just make shit. Once they people just make shit up about you because they
Right.
just want someone to talk bad about.
And it's like scary because, like, for example, I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like scary to hear stuff like that because I don't know what's true or not because I haven't seen the facts.
Mhm.
So, like, I don't know if he did
Right.
that. Like,
Maybe
what's
he did.
real?
Right. Yeah.
And I'd definitely want to investigate it. Like, I definitely want to give the kids the benefit of the doubt because I.
Yeah. So that's part of that's yeah.
I mean, yeah, when like someone who's famous falls off, yeah, I think a lot of people see like opportunity there. It's like, you know, they have a lot of power, and so you can take some of that. You know, you can
Yeah.
have a little bit of their attention because you know you say this thing about them or get money out of them in
And
a
everyone's
lawsuit.
like, "Oh, you're so brave for coming forward with
Right.
this story."
Right.
Yeah.
Like this girl that's like, oh, I went with in middle school with her.
Mhm.
You know, that's attention. That's like, oh, you went to school with her.
Yeah, like tell me more. What were they like?
Yeah.
And so,
Right.
like, yeah, they were
She was a
whole-
slut.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everyone hated
So-
her. She's always been like that.
Yeah.
She'd pick fights. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Bro, she just scratched someone's face. That's all she did. Like,
the person
it's
didn't
not
even care.
even like.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's not even that serious, man.
It's not.
Yeah. It'd be great if the other girl said something about it, but she probably won't.
I wonder if she's like obligated not to, because it's like a spoiler, you know, for the TV show.
Right.
It might be like under the contract
Yeah.
Yeah.
for her to not say
顔して
anything.
るよね。
バイバイあかね。残念だけどもうテレビで見ることはないね。
Oh my god. Oh, she dropped her stuff.
疲れた。考えるの。もう疲れた。何も考えたくない。
落ち着け。俺は敵じゃない。頼むから落ち着いてくれ。
Oh, they had to end it like that?
That was like dead inside.
Because I know what this is based. Because I mean, I'm preparing myself to talk about what this is based on.
But before that, I want to hear what Shamash thinks before that.
No, that was great.
Oh
That was chilling.
Yeah.
That transition between like her smiling and like being in an abstract place and then just standing on the edge.
Yeah.
I
Dude.
loved that cut so much. I saw that image out of context, but it was like,
The music there was also great. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
The music was amazing this episode.
Yeah, dude. I knew it was gonna happen and I
And
still cried.
They even used the ED well too, I think.
yeah,
Oh my god. The way they adapted the manga though, like the way they showed her childhood, that was so well done. That wasn't in the manga. They took chapters from later in the manga
Oh.
and then included it here, which I think was a really good choice.
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys see when she slapped her, right? Right before she slaps her.
Yeah, the nail that she was. I saw that because I knew what was gonna happen. So I
Right.
saw the like nail glow.
Is
and
that
I
in
was-
the manga?
No,
No,
that's not in the manga.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like
That
a
scene was
cool...
really good here because in the manga it's pretty. She like yells, and then the next panel is like you see her hand out forward
Yeah.
here. It's not gonna come across on camera, but her hand's out on the left side of the panel, and then you see the face in the middle of the panel.
Like
And you
it's
see
too zoomed in.
the hands out
Oh,
on the left side of the panel, like because
got it,
it's like from this, if ever. But anyway, I'm
It's
doing
not focused on.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not.
No, well, no, it is because you see her hand here, face here, looking at us, and then like a little splash of blood. And the cut was a lot smaller looking in the manga, but like that big blood splatter that they had here.
Yeah,
that's way more. Yeah, that's. So yeah, they really did that scene justice. They did this whole episode justice.
Yeah.
This episode was amazing.
This was
Wow.
amazing, yeah.
That's like, that might be one of my favorites, along with the first episode.
Yeah, I think it's time to talk about Terrace House.
Oh, do you know about this, Shamash? Because I know
Not
you watched
really.
like. Oh, okay.
So-
So,
I think so.
There was.
Do you-
can I-
you-
Oh, so
you
it's
wanna-
actually like
Yeah.
referencing this sort of.
back in
Yeah.
one episode of Terrace House, there was like the.
this was crazy to me because I watched Terrace House before I read this manga.
Yeah.
So I already just knew about this stuff. So I was like, oh my god, they're going there.
Yeah.
Oh god, they're going
yeah,
there.
yeah, they went there. So Terrace House. There was an episode where there was one pro wrestler lady who went on to the who.
This is
joined-
the latest season. The latest season of.
At
Yes.
the time, was it the latest season still?
I think it got canceled after that. I don't think there are any seasons after this.
After that.
Yeah.
I could
Okay.
be wrong, but I
So-
haven't heard anyone talk about Terrace House since.
Yeah. So the thing is that so what happened is is one of the there was this whole drama that happened. I don't know if you remember the specific.
Oh
scene.
yeah. Let me go into it because I actually was watching it.
You weren't watching it at the time though. You watched it. You watched it because you heard about what happened, right?
No.
I distinctly remember that happened. Am I remembering wrong?
What?
Okay, well I'm remembering wrong. Go ahead.
I think I was already into Terrace House because someone recommended it to me on
Yeah.
YouTube. Like a YouTuber made a video on Terrace House about
Yeah.
its appeal versus American
Right. Yeah.
reality TV, and I was like, cool. This will help me like practice Japanese, like hearing people speak natural
Yeah.
Japanese and not it being super scripted.
Yeah.
And then I found this podcast of people who like reviewed every episode, and they were on the latest season. So I would just listen to their review of the latest season without watching the episodes because I was still on season 1.
Right.
And then they stopped. I was following them for a long time, and they stopped making videos because what happened was in the latest season at the time, there was a pro wrestler who was...
Female pro wrestler.
Yeah, female pro wrestler who in an episode got upset at another cast member because he had ruined her uniform. I think he put it in the washing machine with like other stuff. And it's like really expensive uniform.
Yeah.
So she gets mad at him and basically like slaps his hat off. He was wearing like a baseball cap and like slaps his cap. And like she got so much hate for that.
So if you think that the nail thing is unrealistic, it was even stupider than that.
Yeah,
Right.
she yelled at him and berated him.
Yeah.
But the main thing was that
the same effect. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she eventually did end up killing herself after that episode released because she just got so much hate and people telling her to kill herself and
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't have a main character to save her. She died.
Exactly. Yeah.
She literally died because of the producers' decisions and the internet's like vitriol.
She had like one last tweet that was like her apologizing and then like saying goodbye.
Yeah.
And that was like the last thing.
What makes that even worse? What makes it even more like just like angering to me is how the entire like incident was just manufactured by the producers. They wanted drama on the show. Allegedly, but
allegedly she had told a friend, like confided in a friend, about how it was like scripted.
Right.
But that's, like the TV staff didn't come out and say that this was scripted or anything. So it's not like it's secondhand, and she can't say it herself because she's already passed. Yeah. So allegedly.
Yeah.
And we don't know. And like even if it wasn't staged, even if she got mad because her expensive wrestling uniform was ruined by a co-host.
And if
she slaps his hat off his head, it's like that's.
Even if she was mad for no reason and made, I think no matter what.
Like, it doesn't matter what she did.
I don't think it matters. Like even let's say it was for a stupid reason and she got mad at him for no reason. Like that's still like it doesn't change anything here.
Yeah.
Like there's so many levels of like.
This should have never happened.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's the thing when you have like so many people aware of you, is that there's always going to be someone who will say terrible things about you and who will hate you. It's
part of the problem of, ironically, it comes up in pro wrestling and in like reality TV. Because the reality is the line between reality and fiction is completely blurred. Like you don't really know how much of how you're shown is them actually being themselves and how much is their character and how much is the producers pulling strings behind the scenes.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a split between those three. The amount of each is completely unknown to the public at any given moment.
Right. Oh man, that makes me feel like reality TV shouldn't be a thing.
It shouldn't.
It's just like it blurs the line too much.
Reality TV is an act of detriment to mankind and should be abolished, quite frankly. But people watch it, so that doesn't matter.
It's the same with idols, though, I guess.
Yes.
It's rough, man. Because there's people who do it because they genuinely like.
I mean, we're out here trying to make videos on YouTube. We can't talk shit.
What do you mean?
It's the same thing. We have the same problem. We're trying to portray ourselves as like real as possible to the people on the other end, but like.
I'm like Ruby here. Like I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm just talking on a camera.
Yeah, but people will like if you say something, people will see that as you and see that as always you. Like forever.
Yeah.
Like if
they don't have any reference to you in reality.
If you say something controversial, if you like. Or if someone else accuses you of something, if you like do something like wrong that like people consider bad, like it's like people take it as like a personal like mission that like they are doing good in the world by like taking down a bad person.
Right.
Because it's easy and simple to see the world like that. Like, it just it's nice to have a bad guy to root against.
Yeah.
I hate corporations. I should know. It's fun having someone to root against.
Right.
But like that the problem is that people see the characters on screen
Ooh.
and conflate them with real people.
Yeah, I could tie that into...
And think that they have authority to understand them as real people.
Yeah. I could tie that into idols because, like, when I was, like, super into K-pop, if there was, like, a scene that I really liked with my favorite, with, like, my bias, I would, like, rewatch that scene. You know, like, you get a lot of attachment to, like, how someone's acting on screen or what you think they're like. You fill in a lot of the gaps based on, like, the few moments you see on screen. And the problem with, like, it being online and you can rewind it as many times as you want or, like, pause it and, like, take screenshots is that you end up putting so much... It ends up having so much value. And that person doesn't really know that you're doing that. It's completely one-sided. Like, you don't know what they're like off camera. You don't know what's scripted. You don't know, like, anything.
Yeah.
Really. It's almost like a game to try and figure out, like, what they're like in person. Like, you hope they're like this. And when you build up this, like, image of them in your head based on things that you've seen, when they act outside of that, you get, like, really disappointed and, like, upset.
Right, yeah.
One of the... I think I remember we were talking about this when we were getting into Atarashi Gakko.
Oh, yeah.
It was, like, just the greatest idol group.
They're an idol group?
Oh, yeah, here we are, yeah. I feel like this is my favorite.
Yeah,
you know the...
Yeah. Okay, I saw this.
I love them so much.
They're great. They're great.
They're idols as well?
They were an idol group.
So, this is how I found...
I just saw that
actually,
one video, and that's all I saw.
Oh, this video specifically?
Not this one. The one that they showed at the beginning, the school thing there.
Yeah, that's all you've seen from them. That's hilarious.
They're great.
And I thought, oh, what a great way to introduce people to, like, who don't know anything, like, to how schools work in Japan. Like, a fun little...
They're literally 20-year-olds.
Here's the thing.
That's fair, but, like, I don't know, it's fun how they shoot it. And
I'm sure it is. I want to see it now. I don't know if I can find it, but yeah.
We were, like, because we were watching Oshinoko when we discovered them, we were, like... extra analyzing how we were feeling towards this group.
Right, yeah.
Because we're like, dang, they're so cool. And we just assumed that, okay, they're, like, in high school because they look really young. They seem, like, really close friends because we saw, like, a live stream with them. And they're so, like, comfortable and, like, funny and are in sync all the time and will, like, complete each other's sentences and stuff. And, like, we're like, wow, I wonder if they're, like, a group. They were just friends in, like, high school or since, like, middle school and made this group. But then we found out that they're all from, like, completely different, like, parts of Japan. And that they're all out of high school. And, like, the more we learned about them, the more we're like, oh, this is, like, fabricated.
Right.
Like, they could get along really well. Like, that might be real. Like, their chemistry might be real. Like, they might actually really love each other. But we don't know that because they're trying to sell a product.
In the same, like my favorite by far is Suzuka because she is like the most. She has theater kid energy. She's like great. She's the most like outgoing and like bombastic.
She like the main one that talks and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, she's the main singer. Yeah.
She's like usually it's usually her
let's
or
play.
Mute.
This is okay. So
this
they
is the
answer like 50 questions.
今は全力で生きてるからこそ見つかる自分がいるその自分を信じ続けて突き進む
It's that last bar where she like does the art.
But like she does so much.
She does so much. Also, they were like further away from the camera, but Shizuka kept getting
every single
closer
time they
and
rotate.
closer.
Shizuka gets closer and closer to the camera.
And like moves everyone up.
What's really interesting is that like despite the fact that like they have like. She's like very distinct. The other thing is it's hard to tell where the reality and fiction ends because there were some questions when it felt like
it felt like, real.
Felt like keyword. It felt like real, like they were telling what they actually were, and it was like there was other questions where it was like you could tell they were just giving their like personality. They're like
because it was like I don't know. It'd be like what do you do on your day off? and it would be like
and
it's like I don't know, like I
she's
study. And then she's like, "Oh, I cook," and she's like, "I sleep."
And those
we're like,
the
first time we were
It's-
like, "Okay, that's funny." Like we thought like that joke about her sleeping is like funny, but then
Yeah.
she brought up like the sleeping thing in a different question,
Again,
and like this
Yeah,
girl brought
it's
up
like that's your
one about
character trait.
food.
Yeah, it was always cooking, always, I can't remember for her.
She's a nice girl. She's like
Yeah.
nice, hardworking. She's the one that sleeps a lot. She's like a great cook and loves food. She's like foodie.
And she's the loud, outgoing one.
Yes.
Like they had. Like
It became very clear very quickly.
The exact like the exact person, but like that wasn't like all there was, right? Because it's like there was certain things where it was like they weren't just like going with that, like I don't know how to explain it, but that line is so blurry. Like for all we know, all of it could be fake.
Yeah.
And so I know Suzuka's my favorite character out of them, but I don't know who my favorite person is because I haven't met any.
Exactly.
Right.
I
Okay.
think that's
You-
I like that. If we thought of, if we
Yeah,
see
right.
someone on screen and we're like, wow, that's my favorite character, you know?
I think you
It'd
literally.
be so much healthier, I think.
I think you were literally saying that during the when we were talking about Terrace House earlier. You mentioned there's a character who blah 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 blah.
No way! Did I
Yeah,
say that?
You did earlier.
Well, I'm proud of
I
myself.
should be.
Oh, I should say her name. I think her name was like Hana Kimura.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hana
Yeah,
Kimura.
Hana Kimura, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Dude, it was so awkward
Deserved.
watching this happen because I would listen to the podcast, right? She was really young. So I was listening to the podcast of them reviewing Terrace House. And like at first they were like super excited about Hana Kimura because she's like a pro wrestler and she seems like super bubbly and outgoing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as it went on, they were like, you know, she kind of like picks fights and is kind of like irritable and like starts drama. And she like quickly became like their least favorite character. But then like that episode.
For the people who worked on the show. Or?
No, the people who were like reviewing it
Oh.
and just doing like a fun casual podcast on YouTube.
Okay.
She was
Got
like
it.
becoming their least favorite like character in the show. And then that episode happened and like they had a full like thing dedicated to like how messed up it is and how they don't feel comfortable making these videos anymore because of what happened to her, and they just like stopped. They were like one of my favorite YouTubers, and they just like completely stopped because it was so.
Do they still make other stuff, or did they stop?
No.
They stopped their whole channel, or?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot. I don't know if I'd have the like balls to go through with something like that.
They just. Because they were, their whole channel was built on Terrace House because they've been fans since season 1.
Right.
So all of their content was Terrace House stuff.
Right.
They
There's
didn't want to
no
like.
defending that.
Yeah, there's no defending what happened.
Yeah.
I'm just happy Aqua saved Akane.
Yeah.
Dude, you have no idea. Like when I was reading the manga and Aqua like saved her, I was like, "Let's go, Aqua! Best boy!" So happy.
To be honest, I was kind of hoping it would be the other girl who would save her.
A Memcho or
that'd be-
something?
yeah.
No, not Nememcho.
Oh, Yuki!
The girl,
Yeah,
yeah,
Yuki, yeah.
That would have just been like.
That would have been so
God, I love
beautiful.
Yuki.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yuki doesn't have the arm strength, I think, to like pick
To
her up.
hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
She'd have to like run after her before she even got on the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 things I wanted to tell you
Like,
guys. No! False.
Imagine she's like grabbing her on and it's raining and she's like, I can't.
Given the
pull it."
subject matter, this is an extremely disrespectful joke.
I'm sorry.
No, what do you mean I started it? I have an edgelord sense of humor though, so one of the okay, well, where was it? It was during the trailer. I had 3 things that came up that I thought
Yeah.
about. Where was it? Where was the trailer? I also love this that the episode cold
Oh,
opens
the
with
trailer?
her liking, like,
The trailer was in the other episode, though.
I knew
Yeah.
it would be that way.
what would the
That it would be like it'd go back and you would see that they're.
yeah. Ah, I love that so much. It's
What
so
would
cool.
happen?
Oh, that like when they opened on that they would like cut to like the episodes. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, there's no way she's saying this.
Dude, that end card sent me. This worked. That like I don't know. I think that gag works so much better in the anime than it does in the manga.
Which
yeah,
one?
Yeah.
The gag of like them pretending like of her being like, I think I'm gonna quit the show.
Oh,
Like, that
yeah,
works
yeah, yeah.
so well in the anime
Yeah.
because you have like the
In the
music
manga,
and, like,
it was just cringe. I was like, cap, cap.
but here like it feels real because the voice acting and like because the show already does things like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it felt in with the show, and then it pulls
Yeah,
back
yeah.
the layer, and you're like, oh god, that's so fucky. I love that. So when did I watch the trailer? Is it over
It's
here?
over
Here
right
it
there.
is. Here it is. Yeah. Okay. 3 things about the trailer. Firstly, in the original manga, there's another character who's right here, but that character just never appears in the actual show. Like the authors like cut her from the show, and so they just cut her out of this like shot.
And it makes
Yeah.
sense because when I was reading it, I was like, ooh, it's an uneven number of boys and girls. That's gonna be like...
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
not the
actually
Terrace House
like...
formula.
Yeah, I like that there's an even amount of boys and girls.
You prefer love squares to love triangles.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love when there's like 6 characters introduced and 3 couples come out. Like, that's my dream.
Yeah. Okay, that was my first thing you mentioned. Secondly, they made on their YouTube channel for Oshinoko, there's an actual VTuber for Memcho that they made like an actual VTuber that does like a couple little things.
Oh yeah, dude.
I mean, that's good marketing.
Can I say, you know the peon, you know why I knew the song?
Yeah.
It's because on their official YouTube, they posted a hour-long, like, follow-along workout.
Really? Was it
on
that
their-
video or?
I don't remember, but it was the same song.
Oh my god!
that's great.
Wait.
Look up like official Oshinoko, like... There he is! That's the one! That's the one.
Oh, and it's a real
Wait.
guy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like
I
I, can
love
see this
him.
being a real thing.
Dude, he's working out your calves and everything when he like goes on his tiptoes like that.
Really?
Yeah, that's a real thing. I was watching these
I
as
can do
someone who
this.
works
Dude,
out. and I'm
I would love working out to like high pitched like pigeon death metal.
Dude, this would get so many kids
fun.
into working out. Like, I'd do this
Right,
for
yeah.
real. Especially if he was built like that guy.
Exactly.
That's like such a role model.
That's what I was thinking the whole time. Is like, oh, this guy's built, and so of course kids want to be like him. Like
Yeah.
this guy wearing this dumb little head thing, but also like ripped.
Yes.
You know. I can see how that would motivate them to.
This is so good, dude. This is so good. I love this so much.
We should do an hour-long video. Yes!
This is like what I want to do in the future. I want to be this guy. I want to have this guy's job.
And then you could pull up a Memcho thing if you want to show them like they made a VT.
Oh yeah.
No, Del,
yeah.
you're in the official thing already. You
Oh,
can just
okay,
look it
yeah.
up. Go to the shorts section.
Yeah.
There she
there we
is.
are, yeah.
They made her a
Oh
YouTuber.
wow, yeah. Is it the same voice actress?
Yes,
Probably not, right?
but
It is?
Yep, it's the
Wow.
same voice actress.
That's a lot. There's a lot of production going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot, like...
Dude, people care
Dude.
about this manga.
Right.
This was the number one thing
Like-
streaming for. I'm not sure it was in Japan. My teacher, my Japanese teacher, played the opening with having not seen the show at all.
Yeah, yeah.
And then-
Before I saw it, I told you guys that already, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, you mentioned that, yeah.
And another thing they did was they came out with a behind-the-scenes documentary. 2 episodes are out already. I think it's complete. But see, there it is, behind the scenes.
Yeah, definitely the production
With English
level on this
subs.
show is like huge.
Yeah.
And they basically just confirmed everything we...
Oh, you told me about this.
They confirmed everything we assumed about the show. Which is like, even the producer, he read the first volume. And he's like, I have to make this into an anime.
Yeah.
That's adorable. I like love that.
Wasn't there a lady who like? Wasn't there the character designer who like? They were like, hey, so can you make? They were like, she came into the interview and they're like, so making the characters or whatever was gonna take a while. What did they say about it?
Oh, they were like, oh yeah, like, because Oshinoko, sorry, I keep pausing and I'm pausing. They're like, the Oshinoko manga has such a distinct art style. If you could pass me the volume. It's right here. The volume's right here.
Oh, the volume of Oshinoko.
Yeah.
The physical
It
copy.
has
that
like
you
a
have.
very distinct art style. So they were like, oh, we have to make sure we capture that in the anime, and that might be a little bit difficult. And the lady like comes in. I wish I had my phone on me. I have all these reference pictures. But this lady like comes in and she already finished the models for like Aqua, Ruby, and I think.
Yeah.
I can't find it. Dang it. I took screenshots from this documentary. But it was just really funny because they're like, oh, it's going to take so long. And she's like, okay, I already have Ruby, Aqua, and I right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Where is it?
Enjoy, future people. Enjoy.
Oh, so cute.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here it is. She already like had eye. These are storyboards though. This might not be what I was talking about. Oh, here it is. This is what they were like, oh man, because they were like, she had so much motivation and love for this series because she already had like all of this stuff done.
Yeah.
And it's like really good.
All right, I'm gonna ruin this now if you don't mind.
Sure.
To get like really meta, like how much of this is real and how much of it is them just being like, oh yeah, I totally love this manga, like while they're being filmed.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess they could be playing it up, but I think I could be dumb. Like maybe this guy is like maybe this producer is like an amazing actor, but this guy especially, like there's just something about the way he says it.
これは絶対アニメにしたいっていうのがもう本当今までの人生の中で一番ぐらいの
Like the way he laughs at himself for saying that just felt so genuine.
Yeah.
To be fair, we were talking about this, how like Japanese people just act that way, very genuine. Like they have like this very genuine, innocent, like I like this thing.
Yeah, right.
Like,
yeah.
That's cool.
Either way, though, you can definitely tell that like you can definitely tell by the anime that they cared about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we can debate forever whether or not they just cared about it as a monetary return or cared about it via passion. I would argue that they cared about it for passion.
Because they're paid so little.
Right, because it doesn't really change their pay whether or not they make a good anime or not. Like,
Mm-hmm.
people have made terrible adaptations. Like you saw what they did to Record of Ragnarok. Like they'll butcher a popular manga all the time if they don't care.
Was that popular?
It was a really popular manga.
Oh, that's crazy.
And yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
because the manga itself was actually like people liked it. It was fun. You got to see the fights were cool and stuff.
True.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like the product speaks for itself. But again, there's no way of knowing for sure. So, I just think that's interesting.
yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I do feel like in some sense there's no market value in making two different OPs, like making the thing and then the one that's on YouTube.
Yes.
And also
So
adding
true.
the 1 hour long video of the guy.
Yes.
And also doing the VTuber thing.
Yes.
Right?
You know.
Making kind of like baking soda merch.
Right.
What is
okay,
that?
I feel
That's
like that one
amazing.
maybe, but
That's just an amazing
first
idea.
episode is.
Oh yeah, they talk about it in this documentary how they were like, we all love the first volume and we didn't want to chop it up.
Exactly.
And this has never been done before, so we didn't know how to do it, but we're like, we have to do it.
Exactly.
Which
Wow, it really was the
I
whole
think
first
it
volume.
could
It's
have-
exactly where it ends.
Yep. They just took the first volume.
Badass.
Yep.
Yeah, I think like any normal show would have put it into like the first 3 episodes maybe.
Yeah.
And like, you know, the people who read it would feel the suspense of like waiting those 3 weeks to get finally to that point.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have worked well enough. But I think yeah, all these things together, I think at least someone cares about this. a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it really does feel like from time
You don't do all that for no reason.
And it does feel like
Yes.
it's a
For
production.
money, I mean. Sorry.
It does feel like from top to bottom they all cared about it because like you need to get just like something like the PA on like 1 hour just to get a guy dancing on YouTube. You have to hire the cameraman, the dancer. You got to get the producer on board. You got to get like the director. The author has to be okay with their work. There's so many people who have
Did
to
you see
agree
how
to every
well animated like Peon's dance was? That went on for so long.
I love that. I loved how long that was. It just kept
I
going.
was so into it that I didn't even think, wow, that was well animated.
They spent so long. It's just the dance. Like that's
It's
so
just them
good.
dancing on a green screen.
I love like a high. I
Yeah.
love that like high effort like gag, so to speak. Like it's just like
Fun.
so like little. Like that's like such a small part of the whole thing, but like they spent so much. Like that was like maybe 1 or 2. It's like the torture dance in JoJo. Like it's maybe like 1 or 2 pages on it, but like they just put so much into it. It's I love it.
Because it's fun, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The cut character I mentioned, the VTuber I mentioned. Oh, I remember the last thing. I remember that. In the trailer, one thing I really like is how like when they is like there's like a small thing here. Where is it? It's somewhere in here. The freaking.
I love it. It's
Glitters
so
on.
funny.
It's so good.
It's accurate
Yeah,
too.
this
It's
is like-
accurate. I think they based this on a actual like dating TV show thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the love written on like the desk.
Right.
Oh my god, that's such. That's in visual
Because
novels too. That's a visual novel trope.
Yeah, it wasn't obvious that this show is about love yet.
Yeah. Do you remember what you were gonna bring up, or you're trying to?
Yeah, I'm
remember?
trying to wait for it to show. God, I love the clip of them like breakdancing.
高校2年生役所で
Everyone was so quiet here when you guys showed up because we were just like, oh wow.
I stream on YouTube.
I think it's
Oh
right
my
after
God.
this. Right here, I love Akane just being like blocked out. Like the first shot, she's like barely showing.
Oh,
Yeah, right here when they're
that's such a
Yeah.
good.
When they're talking, she's just completely in the background. Like you can't even see her.
Right. Yeah.
That's so. I didn't even notice that. That's well done.
The camera
I
work-
like that.
It's
Yeah.
you can tell the cameraman forgot about her, but also you can tell that the author intentionally decided that the cameraman forgot about her.
Yeah,
Well, not
whoever
the-
storyboarded it.
The storyboarder, yeah.
I remember I was on
That's so
Twitter.
brilliant.
And the guy who storyboarded it was like, "Hey guys, I storyboarded this. Thanks for watching this episode. I hope you enjoy." It was like so
this
cute.
one?
Yeah, he like wanted to take credit for it. It was so cute.
I saw a
Yeah.
clip. I my Twitter is full of just like random Sakuga clips from animators. So I saw like some like a clip of like the pre-renders, just like the
Wow.
just,
Yeah.
just the sketches like animated
Excuse
of
me.
the
Yeah,
of like
bless you.
of one of the newest fights in like One Piece, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love it whenever I see that, and then I'll watch an anime like, oh wait, I saw that on Twitter. I saw like the like pre
Yeah.
like cut of
Yeah,
this.
the
Yeah,
previs.
yeah, previs. That was called. Okay, yeah.
Depending on what it is, but yeah.
Pre-visual, yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
do you know about this, Ariel? In the game Devil May Cry 4, 5? I think it's in 4. There's a you can turn on there's a setting where you can turn on the pre-visualized cutscenes.
Oh right.
Wait, that's cool.
I think it is 4.
I think maybe it's 5.
I'm not sure.
Oh yeah. You can turn this on in game, so
Yeah.
it shows these as the cutscenes.
Yeah.
So it'll where is it? It'll show this is the cutscene. You can turn it on so it shows this in game.
That's so cool. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
And then where is it? Where's the part where they show what they're looking at? And it's just like look at the like shitty special effects they used to have the guy like jump around.
That's so cool.
And they just pan over like a yeah.
Yeah. Some.
Where-
Yo, that's
Concept
freaking
art.
cool.
Yeah. Where's the one where it's just like a guy? And it's just like a guy. It's like supposed to be a bird. I think it's just like a guy. Like
Yeah.
it's a guy.
I love how he looks at the guy before continuing to fly away.
Where's the one where like he's like, oh here it is. Yes, there it is. Where it's like
Wait, is the bird a character?
Yeah, the bird talks, and he just have him on there.
I
like a
love
guy
that.
on a ladder. Oh, it's so good.
This is all so good.
Oh, this is great. I need more
This
video
made me
games that look like
realize
this.
how much work goes into just a cutscene.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
of course.
Yeah, cutscenes are
I
extremely.
thought it would just be storyboarded. I didn't think there'd be
Dude.
people acting it out, you know?
Look at
I
this.
think it depends.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Ah.
Look at the way he runs
The,
up.
yeah, the way they've like edited it.
They like sped it up. Yeah. It's so good. I like this. There's just a random like guy with a black hand like holding the sword out over to the side. It's supposed
Right,
to be like,
with the because it's supposed to be like on the throne or like
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah.
floating or whatever.
the shitty wig gets me every time. Oh my god, is that an action figure? Oh my god! That's so cool.
I love that there's the map for him to land on.
The guy, the Birdman. They have like really.
This is basically Oshinoko, right?
Yeah.
I wish everyone.
This is what
what a
Oshinoko's
fun
really
thought.
about. It's just behind the scenes. Oh my god.
So much fun.
This is so cool, dude.
I love it's
The
like
action?
dumbed over.
The action figure kills me every time. I cannot say this enough times that you could turn this on in game. That's the craziest part to me. This isn't just like footage on YouTube. Like you can just click a button in the game and it'll show this.
Dude, the smoke effects though?
Even though none of this is being translated into the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they put like a shitty smoke effect over it. They dragged off of YouTube for like free. Oh, it's so good. Okay, you get the idea.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so-
amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, I think we can call it a day.
Wait, what? Let me conclude on this.
Did you guys finish everything you had to say?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was a great episode. But those two were really good. Like, I think the peon
Yeah.
dance was like the highlight of my day.
Yeah, that was fun.
Thank God they had that before Akane's whole thing because
Yeah, I need some.
some levity before
Yeah,
the
yeah.
depression.
Yeah,
Sure.
before we had
Like,
to
because
deal with
that's
that.
so real.
Mm, mm.
So real.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in school, like freshman year in health class, they played like this little movie about a girl getting cyberbullied. Yeah, Del knows the. Wait, did you have health class and did you have
I don't
doctor?
think
I heard
doctor?
about this, but I didn't see it.
I don't think so.
Oh,
no.
we had Mr. White, who looks exactly how you would expect him to look.
Picture, you know.
I'm just gonna picture a black
Breaking
guy.
Bad guy.
I'm just gonna picture a black guy.
He's in black. He's like huge black guy.
Dang.
That's how he was introduced to us, by the way. Do you remember orientation? Did your like
Yeah.
upperclassman?
So good.
Yeah, our upperclassman was like, "Yeah, this is Mr. White. He's exactly how you'd expect him to be. Great guy." And then he walks out, and he's
Yeah.
like this big black guy, and we all like died laughing.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, "I don't know what happened, but get in here."
Poor guy.
Yeah, right. He's just like, oh well.
Man guy.
Okay.
Man guy. Racial bully.
Yeah.
Imagine you walk out and everyone stares at you and just starts laughing.
Like you are the punchline.
Not gonna lie, that sounds kind of cool though. I kind of want to be a punchline. That sounds funny.
He was super chill about it. He's always chill.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Nice.
he showed us the cyberbullying video.
It definitely wasn't there anymore.
Aw, you guys don't have Mr. White.
He died of
No,
ass
no.
cancer.
Stop. I hate it when you make that joke. And I like really like sympathized with the girl who was being cyberbullied, but like everyone in the class was basically like, this is so lame, like just turn it off. Like just don't look at it.
What's that classic Tyler the Creator quote? Where
Is the movie literally called Cyberbullying?
It might be. Do you know that movie?
I think I did
this,
see it.
this is the iconic story.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna have to censor like so many words.
We are. It's so good though. It's the-
Yeah, so that's what everyone is saying, but I think it's easier said than done, especially if you're not like a content creator. Because I have no social media. Like, this doesn't affect me at all. Because, yeah, I just like don't engage in that stuff. And also, I notice like people are so mean on TikTok and Instagram. So I just like don't even bother with it. I prefer YouTube comments because they're a lot more like productive. Oh, Twitter too. Twitter's like Twitter and TikTok I think are the
Twitter
worst.
Probably especially, yeah.
Those two are like people
I-
are so mean on those platforms and I just don't want to deal with that.
I question your take on YouTube comments based on the two good experiences that you had.
No, I've just never like the only bad experiences I've had are in shipping wars. It'll be like someone will be or shipping wars and just like Haikyuu fans bullying Kuroko no Basket fans for liking Kuroko no Basket. Because it's like, why are you even here? It's a Kuroko no Basket video.
Yeah.
They
It'll be
chose
the
just
same-
to be like.
Yeah, it'll
Dumb, yeah.
and in a shipping war it'll be like just pretend, right? It'll be like Hinata. It'll be a Hinata video and like Sakura fans will be there like Sakura's better though. And it's like, why are you in a Hinata video? Excuse me.
How did you even get here?
Like, how did you get here, bro? Just to hate? Okay. I bring this up because, like, people who say that, I feel like don't... Well, Tyler, the creator, I'm sure he's had, like, flack before.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think, like, for the average person, they don't really know what it's like when your career is, like, based on how the public perceives you. Like, if you're an actor... It's like the thing with Johnny Depp, right? Whether you believe him or not, like... The reality is, he was accused of something, and he lost all of his job opportunities.
Mhm.
That's just
Yeah.
how it works.
Mhm.
It's like connected to your livelihood, to your career. And with someone like Akane, who's like clearly passionate about what she does, and has loved doing it since she was a kid. It's like she does one mistake and she's like, oh, well, this is gonna follow me for the rest of my life, for the rest of my career. Like, my career's basically over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing is that she's just a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, once you're older, it's a lot easier to recognize that it's not serious. You know, it isn't the end of the world. You can come back from this. It's not like a true reflection of real life, even though there's like a little bit of it, like there's that school bullying, but those people won't matter in like a couple years.
Yeah.
But that comes with wisdom and with age, and when you're like 17, like she is, it's a lot harder to recognize that.
It's
Like, I think it's important to realize that she's just a kid.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Like, even Tyler, the creator, I'm sure he was, like, in at least his 20s when he posted that tweet.
Right, yeah.
It's hard, like, imagine if he was... I don't know anything about him personally, but most kids probably wouldn't have the foresight to know that.
Yeah. It's really easy to get short-sighted and think, like, even... People tell you high school isn't everything, but it's something that's really hard to conceptualize until you've been out of high school for 5 years, but it feels like...
Yeah, because when I was in high school, I was like, this is hell. Like, this is the worst thing ever. And I'm, like, years out of high school, and I'm like, wow, that was really just, like, a blink.
Yeah, it was the worst thing ever, but it was...
Yeah, but now that I'm away from it, I'm like, I'm fine. Like, nothing from high school actually mattered.
Literally
The only
nothing.
thing is that I lost that time. Like, I wish I did better things with my time.
Mm. Yeah. But that's, like, true, and, like, you could say that forever.
Right, yeah.
Oh, I think that especially for high school for me, because I felt productive in elementary.
I wish I tested out, and, like, I could have, like, tested out of high school.
Yeah, I could have.
Freshman year.
I would
wish
have
had.
loved to, like, test out of high school, went straight to college, or, like, done other stuff.
I've said it before, but the only thing I got valuable out of... You two are the only valuable thing I got out of high school. Like,
Yeah.
period,
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you guys for being my friends.
So,
Thank you as well.
aw.
I wouldn't be here otherwise.
Yeah. I didn't even meet you in but
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I hope, dude, I've never been the kind of person to, like, hate tweet or whatever, or post hate comments at all.
Yeah.
Dude, I hope those people feel called out right now. Like,
Yeah,
if they watch this, I hope they feel called out.
Yeah. I hope they always do at all times. They're irredeemable to me, to be honest. I'm kind
I've
of
literally never met anyone in real life who I know does that.
Because they're not in real life. They're like, they wouldn't, like, tell you, be like, yeah, I cyberbully people on Twitter.
Right, yeah.
Right. But,
Yeah.
dude, oh man, do you cyberbully? I don't
No.
trust anyone anymore. Do you cyberbully?
Absolutely. I will post a mean comment on this video the moment it goes live.
I'm cutting that out. This is all being cut. Okay, bye, guys.
Well, that doesn't count.
Wait,
What did you do? What did you do?
Confess your sins or Jesus won't forgive
comment.
you.
I put a comment on like on a friend's video, but that's like he's a friend. Like I know him.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
him.
so-
Yeah, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes
That's
sense.
it.
That makes sense.
I think I, like, commented on an Innuendo Studios video once when I was, like, more conservative. Like, it was, like, years ago. It wasn't, like, a hate comment, though. I think I was just, like, nice. But that's the closest I think I've ever come to, like, posting anything.
Like,
I don't know.
yeah.
That's the closest I can think of, like, anything like that. I think I have occasionally, like, posted, like, what I see as, like, a criticism, but maybe
Right.
someone else looks at that comment and is like, you're being a dick. So,
Right.
I don't know. But I don't know. I wouldn't be like, kill yourself, you know?
Right. Exactly.
Like,
That's
yeah.
different.
I only
There's
posted it-
no positive.
Yeah.
Way to take that.
When I'm driving and I get upset at the driver in front of me because he, like, cut me off without his blinkers, I do say kill yourself. Like,
You'll say it, like,
in my car.
You'll say it, like, in private. Yeah.
Yeah, in the
Right, yeah.
privacy of my car.
Yeah.
Kill
yeah,
yourself.
Yeah.
God.
But I don't mean it. Like, I actually don't want him to die. But in that moment,
I've
Yeah.
talked about how,
it
like,
feels good to say it.
you're so far out of frame. I've
Yeah,
talked
It's
about,
hard.
like,
I have to, like, be
Yeah.
like,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
oh, yeah.
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 I've talked
Okay.
about how this with Ariel before, how, like, for me, like, honesty is like, this is where I'm like,
Tell you're so out of frame.
oh, okay, this is where I feel like my am I on frame now?
Yeah.
This is where I feel like honesty is like an important thing to me, because it's like, or just like communication is like my number one priority in anything. Like when if someone drives 90 miles per hour and cuts me off at the last second, I am a happy boy. If someone slowly drifts into my lane without their turn signal on, I hate that so much, dude. If someone doesn't use their turn signal, I hate them. They're like, I disown them.
Yeah.
My dad occasionally doesn't use his turn signals, and I bully him for it.
Dang.
So
Yeah.
I
I know, me too.
Yeah.
Nothing pisses me off more than you better use your turn signals.
I do.
Good.
Yeah, that's
All right.
one of the few things I do well.
You're a decent human being then. That's like all there is to it, really.
Man, I have more to say about driving, but I'm gonna try to bring it back to Oshinoko and just say that I really love how they handled the bridge scene.
Yeah.
That was not in the manga at all. Like
At all?
at all. Like the bridge scene it was, but I was gonna say when the contrast between how she feels
Oh, okay. Got it.
Oh yeah.
and what was actually happening. That was not in the manga.
Yeah, they've interpreted that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was beautiful.
That was completely
That was like
Yeah, it was well done.
that was really relatable.
Yeah,
Like,
the phrase "I don't want to think anymore" is like, I feel like if anyone's ever been suicidal, they know that.
I think that was like the
Right,
best
yeah.
portrayal of like the appeal. Like this is gonna sound horrible, but like the appeal of like going through with something like that.
Yeah.
It's like I don't have to worry about anything anymore. It's just like so much relief.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
shit! I forgot that YouTube is gonna make us censor the word suicide every time we say it.
Say unalive.
Did they still do that? Yeah, probably.
Unalive yourself.
No, we'll just have to censor it, and we can just like make fun
Dude,
of
every
YouTube.
time. Oh no!
We can just mock
I'm gonna
YouTube
have to
for it.
add like a kill yourself counter.
Say
This-
KYS counter.
Yeah, KYS.
record yourself saying YouTube and then
Yeah, just put YouTube over it. Yeah.
That's funny.
That's RT Game started that after his channel got nuked due to they were changing their policies.
is that what yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember seeing that.
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't have anything else to say about that.
One more thing I appreciate is them like cutting back to Ruby and Kana in the middle of the episode just to like show
Give an
Ruby
outside perspective.
of what it's like to ego surf, because that's another thing that I think people could say about Akane would be like, well, that's like, why would you do that? Why would you like look yourself up? But it's like everyone does it. Like if you make any sort of content, you're gonna want to know what people are thinking about you.
Yeah, like that's what your job almost like needs you to do. Like that's what your life's what is it? What am I trying to say? Like you depend on that, on what people think of you. So
Yeah, exactly. And she just had so much pressure put on her. God, I felt so bad for her this episode.
Kana said that it was like 90% of like idols like ego surf. Although I feel like it's more like 102% with a 2% margin of error.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have to be like Aqua with like a 30-year-old in a
Yeah.
50-year-old in a
To-
child's body to not
give
be.
a shit.
Yeah. Because he just didn't grow up with the technology or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine like Mama or Papa like ego surfing, but they're just like not in that.
Even then, you're probably still exposed to it through like your manager or whatever will tell you like, hey, you know,
Yeah.
on Twitter, this is the response. That people
Oh, yeah, true.
Never work for anyone.
I hear like some managers are
It's
just
not.
like, hey, don't look up stuff on the internet
Yeah,
right now because it's like
of
bad
course.
for your mental health.
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I could see the flip side too, where they're like, so they've been saying this about you, so you should act this way instead.
Yeah.
Ugh, that makes me feel sick.
I know.
I thought
It's
that
rough.
anyone would like actively bring social media into their subordinate's life is like gross. I thought that anyone would be like, hey, I saw this on like, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing I could imagine that happens when someone actually gets canceled on Twitter or something where
Right, yeah.
they get fired from their job. I can only imagine their boss is like, so, I heard you
saw
did
this."
this, and everyone's
Yeah.
mad, so to
Yeah.
save our butts, we're gonna fire you.
Yeah. No, they wouldn't even say that.
They
It'd just
wouldn't.
be-
They'd just fire them, right?
They'd like either give some sort of bullshit excuse or just like word their way, like just talk around it.
True.
They'd never
true.
say it directly. Even in
that's
America,
what
land of the
happens.
direct and talking, they wouldn't say it directly. They'd be like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we just, there's a certain image that we like to have at this company, and we feel like you don't fit, you just don't fit in with us,
Right.
They just say things like
Right,
that.
yeah.
It's like corpo speak.
Yeah.
Corporations aren't people. They don't exist. The world would be better without them. I have to say that every day. It's like, I have to say it once a day,
Yeah.
It keeps me alive.
Yeah.
Those are great episodes. I'm so excited for.
I want to play D&D, man.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
All right.
Okay.
Good.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, future editing Ariel. Mwah.
Oh wait, I hate the hand one. What's the unique one? Do it. Can I flick it? Doesn't like.
I was trying to think of one related to the episode, but I was thinking of knocking the camera off the table or something, but that's
You
not
could do
it.
what?
Oh wait. Can I focus on Jitshamashin?
Probably not.
Focus.
Ah! There we go. No, let's go.
We're keeping that one. We're keeping that one.
Stop. Where's the? How do I? What's the? Is it just the same button?
Yeah. Or
Wait, sort of inadvertently. Wait.
yeah.
Did someone else tell you that or what?
Okay, guys.
Kind of. Not quite, but yeah.
We're gonna have to get closer together.
Get into it. Ooh.
Get into
Spicy.
it. Wait, Dill, you're not even in frame. Oh, you will be. Okay, you will be. It's fine. You will be. I'm sorry.
I'll scoot over this.
My glasses make it impossible. You can't see my eyes. I'm like.
Can
Wait, if I lean down, you can see it. Wait, pew! I have to lean up to do the pew.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, Ariel, no! No one man should have all that stuff. Oh, you're a woman, actually. That's fine.
Okay, let's do this.
All right, you ready? All right. We should probably have started this recording sooner because we only have the crappy audio.
Yeah,
for all of that is only the crappy audio for it. So
It's good audio.
Well, at least there's some audio.
It's just bad audio if we peak the mic.
which we do all the time,
I might-
exclusively.
I think I always peak it just by existing because my voice is so high.
No, enough! Stop!
No! Do it!
No,
Do it!
no.
Do
I'll
it!
kill you.
Do it!
You're a dead man, Shamash.
That's fair.
No, you're the last one who hasn't done it.
I refuse. I reject! As Orihime says. Shall we?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Oh god, the glasses fell on my glasses.
Cool.